she would have never found out that it was indeed him. It was indeed him who parked the car wrongly. It was indeed him who is responsible for all this mess, and it is only therefore it is only apt that he pays for it. How much could it be? He asked himself. In the end, everyone wants money. In the end, he knew that Inesh was like all those Mexican immigrants who are struggling to make ends meet, and a mother, especially a single mother, could always need some money, 100 or 200 every month. Eduardo was even ready to pay her $300 to $400 every month. This is how he could probably satisfy her, he thought to himself. But Inesh didn't seem convinced. Eduardo more and more realizes that she has something against him, that she doesn't want to get involved with all these issues. He tries to be more polite. He tries to be more convincing. But more and more he realizes that this has no success. It all is to no avail. Inesh looks at him, scrutinizes him, and Eduardo immediately realizes that Inesh tries to force her not to look at the money. This is, Eduardo knows, is one of these moments when you realize that someone wants to make sure, even though he could need the money, even he or she could need the money, that this person has other thoughts in her mind, that she is not after the money, but that this is about something else. And he loses faith. He loses faith because he promised his mother that he would solve this issue. He promised his mother that she doesn't have to fear about anything, that it will work out, and that she could, and that she can be just normal, that she can lay down calmly. Things will work out. But more and more he is not convinced anymore. This woman, who after he found out about her seemed a woman who was just meek, feeble, single mother, easy to control, probably gullible or susceptible. He even imagined that she is probably in need of a man, of a strong man who takes care of her. He even imagined that maybe they would come together, Eduardo, who is single as well. But now the severe gaze of Inesh has taken him aback. He tries to regain his resolution, tries to still turn this thing down, tries still convincing her that no harm will ever happen, that they will come together, that this thing will work out eventually, and that she has nothing to fear from them. You see, not all of us were lucky enough to live here without any issues. Eduardo, tries to make Inesh aware of the plight they are dealing with, what he and his mother and others have to go through. Inesh isn't quite sure what he's talking about, the plight and so on. What is this all about? What could it be? But Eduardo continues. It is not easy for us, and we try to live a decent life. But as you know or may not know, it is difficult for hard-working people difficult for those who want to make a living. You cannot just go to work because everywhere you go, whenever you go and leave your home, people immediately come after you. They come after you. With they, Eduardo means the police, custom officers. So what of it? Shouldn't we who are honest and decent, who wanna make a living, shouldn't we find a way to actually do it to accomplish it? Everyone wants to have a life, a home, a place where he can live. My mother is not different. For Inesh, this all sounds weird. Inesh more and more is convinced that this is some criminal enterprise and that probably someone has indeed not only stolen her identity but planned some devious things with it, and that she has to be aware of it. She again repeats what she started to say previously. I showed mercy. She wants to be one of these women who is not severe heart or whatever, but one can talk with her. And of course, Inesh is still cautious with her words. She doesn't know this man and where this all leads to. I could have gone to the police. She lies. But I didn't. I went straight to your mother. I talked to her in person and I told her, I don't want this. I want this to stop. This is my last word on it. I don't want to talk about this issue anymore. I have a family. I have loved ones to care for. And I don't want to get involved in anything. I don't want your money. I don't want anything. And I don't want to see you ever again. These words, I don't want to see you ever again, came out a little bit rush, a little bit brusque. Inesh tries to correct herself, but the words have uttered were already uttered. She tries to soften the blow. I understand that you are struggling. Everyone does struggle. She doesn't want to call him a criminal. She has thought about a lot of stuff. She could have thrown at him that he is a crook, that he deceives people, that he lives off other people. She could have told everything. But she holds back. She doesn't want to aggravate this man, this stranger who could be possibly a criminal, who could be someone she doesn't want to deal with, or who could have friends she doesn't want to deal with. She's cautious. She's cautious of her words. But nevertheless, she wants this thing to end once and for all. So therefore she tells him, I don't want to see you ever again. Eduardo is taken aback by these words. They are harsh, they are severe, and his facial composure changes from acted politeness to aggravating discomfort and more to contempt. These people, they are all arrogant. They don't have a sense of what they are going through. Eduardo, who has been struggling, who has went through a lot. His mother went through a lot. Didn't they deserve a life in the US as well? Didn't they deserve what others have? But these people, these so-called better ones, these people who think that they are better, they act like they can judge about all these others. They can look at them, point at them. And this is what Eduardo always is confronted with. Illegal migrants, they are mostly always considered criminals, crooks, who are on the run of the law. People who do wrong, people who have wronged others. Some shady folks. And people look at them as if they were dirty, as if they were filthy. Not many, and not all of them have any feelings and compassion for them. Most of them hate them, despise them. They would be all criminals. They would be all responsible for all these crimes. This is what they say about them. Eduardo knows all these stories, that whenever something is in the news that someone, a Mexican, whatever he did, whatever he is, that a Mexican did this and that most of the folks, even Mexicans, say that these are all those illegal migrants. They are desperate. They are on the run of the law, and the only way they can make ends meet is through crime. And that these criminals, that they spoil it for everyone. That these criminals are the main reason why Mexicans are not liked in public. These criminals are the main reason why white folks in America don't like Mexicans. And Eduardo again feels this contempt, this hatred of these people. He feels it on his skin. You are wrong, is the feeble response he can utter. He could never really deal with all these accusations. He never thought of an adequate response, because whenever he would say, no, this is not the case, illegal migrants, they work for a living, then people would always ask him, well, if you work for a living, if you're an honest and decent man, then believe me, boy, there would be always a place for you in America. It's not like that Americans hate hard-working, decent folks. No, Americans hate criminals, crooks, rapists, shady people. These are the ones who do not get documents. These are the ones who do not get a job. These are the ones who live off others. And this was a dead argument. Eduardo never found a way around. And now again he stands up in front of Ineş. He doesn't know what to do. He's lost. This is my last word, Ineş tells him. Eduardo can do nothing but leave. You are wrong there. He tries to repeat. He tries to grapple. He is grappling with his words. I do not mean any harm. I just want to make a living for me and my mother. No. Ineş's words become more and more severe. I want this to end, she tells him, or I will call the police. And these words are enough for Eduardo. He leaves like a beaten dog, but he clenches his fists. Again, he has been treated that way. Again, he has been looked down upon. Again, he was seen as someone not worth dealing with.